everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Let's talk about personal feminine or rather vaginal care. Yes, it's something that we don't necessarily talk about too much, and we look into so many things as far as, diet, natural skincare, hair care. Like, there's some ingredients that as curly hair enthusiasts or naturalists we would never expose our curls to. But in a lot of the years that I've been researching and looking into holistic methods and natural beauty products, I have seen very little information concerning feminine and vaginal care. Now, recently, I have been hearing about vaginal steaming and other practices such as natural childbirth and so forth. But as far as the basic care of vaginal and feminine care products that are out there, I don't see too much of variety and much information concerning that topic. So recently I decided to look into a little bit more into that subject as far as vaginal and feminine care, and understand why is it such a sensitive topic within us women, when we seem to be a species that shares and interchanges with so much information on a regular basis. So I decided to take it upon myself and expose myself to a few products that are out there, and also give a little bit more thought into the current products that I am using and the products that are out there that are easily accessible to young girls and older women as myself as well. So first things first, what is the vagina? So basically, from my understanding, I'm not a gynecologist, I'm not a certified, practitioner of any sort of medicine or anything like that. I'm just a curious woman trying to understand, what is the whole dynamic of being a woman, taking care of yourself and self-care. But in my understanding and research of the vagina or the vulva or its whole anatomy is rather complex but easy as well to understand. So basically, there's two ways to understand it in the most basic layman terms. First things first is the vulva, which is the outer area of the vagina, the lips, the pubic hair, that area that we see, that we groom, that we maintain on a regular daily basis. Then secondly, we have the vagina, which is a more complex system, which, is related to sex, to childbirth, to a whole host of womanly things, hormones, menopause, so many things. That it's sort of intimidating for us to want to know about it as well as talk about it. But for the most part, that aspect is a very well-rounded aspect as far as the vagina, the portal. There's maintenance, diet, lifestyle, proper, pH balance and bacterias and infections and allergens and so forth. And the list goes on as far as the many things that we deal with as women, and personally, the many things that we hear from other women, as well as some of the long-term health effects that may affect us as well. So to encompass that, it's a very important thing for us to want to discuss and bring to the forefront as to what is happening and what are the products that are out there that is going to help and sustain our overall vaginal health. So with all that said, the vagina is basically a self-cleaning organ. Basically, if you have, again, proper balance as far as a pH balance, diet, lifestyle, hormones, and so many other factors are in a balanced state, you will experience a whole lot less infections and problems and so forth, as far as, the overproduction of bacteria, bad bacteria, and yeast. As well. So with all that being said, the most that we can do is educate ourselves and then use that knowledge to help heal ourselves. But going to the most basic level, we have the ability to cleanse ourselves in the outer area. And this is where a lot of my research has led me to. The number of toxins and chemicals that exist in our feminine care products. Just recently, Johnson & Johnson was had to award a woman who died of ovarian cancer because it was suspected that talc, which is a known carcinogen, had a lot to do with her death of ovarian cancer. In addition to other lipsticks and cosmetics and beauty products in the beauty industry as well, where we're finding lead and so many other questionable ingredients in our everyday products that we just wonder, you know, is the profit or the billion-dollar profits that these companies are making, is it really worth it at the cost and expense of my health and of my sisters around me as well? So I think that we really have to be realistic, is not be fear-based as far as the information, but be very realistic as to what's out there. So getting into all that and just giving you a brief 101 of the vagina, we get into the feminine care product industry. Now here I have this amazing article that I came across online, and I had to print it, which is very accessible and informational for you to print. It comes in a PDF format, so again, you can print this for your personal information. And it was really alarming to me, not only finding out about what's in these feminine care products, but what it does to you in the long run. Now, this is called Femme Fatale, which is the name of the research, and it's by the Women's Voices for the Earth, Our Health, Our Future, Toxic Free. And it looks like this was completed in November of 2003, and it outlines the potential health effects of toxic chemicals in feminine care products. And I have to tell you, this is very, very useful to have. And I've come across many books and articles and things in my research, but never found something that is so in depth as far as, you know, the information of the hazardous ingredients that we expose ourselves to. So as far as tampons, pads, feminine wipes, feminine wash, douching, feminine deodorants, sprays, powders, and feminine anti-itch creams, they all fall into the same category as being used in a number of beauty and feminine care products that we use on a regular basis. So it goes into, and I won't go into the whole packet here, but it goes into the specifics and more information about the self-cleaning vagina. And most importantly, a quote that stood out to me is, chemicals absorbed through the vagina are easily and effectively distributed throughout the body without being metabolized. For example, when estrogenic drugs are administered vaginally, the resulting systemic levels of the drug in the body can be 10 to 80 times higher than when the very same dose is given orally. So in other words, our vagina is able to absorb things a lot more quickly and transport it to the bloodstream than if you were to take, you know, something orally, like a pill or a supplement or anything like that. So that's very important and alarming to hear that, you know, these tampons and pads are causing not only toxic shock in the body, in which is not able to breathe and, you know, properly cleanse. So I think we're so used to using chemicals and so many of these things, we find it to be normal. Also, in the report here, in the study that was found here, the demographics of women who use feminine care products seems to be a lot more predominant within Black and Latina women. Especially the high percentage of douching was 33 to 58%. Within Black women, Latina women within 9 to 36%, and white women within 14 to 27%. The same with wipes. We seem to see Black women to have the higher percentage of using these personal and feminine care products. Wipes was 16% for Black women, 12 to 18% for Latina women, and 8% for white women. Spray such as scented products that we know are highly toxic. At least for me, they give me headaches. I start sneezing. I just cannot deal with it. So as far as those type of sprays, again, higher within Black women, 16%, 3 to 5% with Latina women, and 3% within the white women community. Powders, again, talc and all these other aluminum based powders that we see, that are also used predominantly within our children as well, which is something which is of a lot of concern. Again, a higher percentage with black women, Latino women, 1 to 2%, 1% within white women. So these were examined within those communities of women. A lot of factors were also involved as far as age, socioeconomic factors, and a lot of things that, is predominant within that culture. I remember growing up, as you can see here, in the Latina and black community, Lemisol being something that was just prized. And if you used it, you felt like it was a rite of passage, that you were already a woman and that you can use this, because I couldn't use this until I was about 14 to 15 years old. So it was something that felt, again, a rite of passage within me and my mother. And then you see, this is where brand loyalty comes in with these companies. That they find that a lot of the information and products that Johnson & Johnson, and not to harp are just one company, but so many other companies that are household names, are passed on from our mothers. And it's something that we don't question, and that's what brand loyalty does. The producer, the merchant, can bring up the prices of these products and change the formulation of these products, and there is no question from the consumer, because again, we have put our entire loyalty into these products, and unfortunately at the cost of our health. So ignorance really isn't bliss. It's important to always be abreast of the information that is out there and of the ingredients of the products that you are using. It also goes into the regulation. We all know that the beauty industry is a billion-dollar industry with high influencing marketers and influencers, bloggers, social media, and so many things and factors that are used to convince you and mask, the reality of these products. So regulation as far as these toxic chemicals are just amazing. So make sure that you check online and the info bar down below so you can get more information as to some of the toxins and chemicals in all of our everyday feminine care products. But I wanted to touch point not only on that subject, but also on this amazing product that I was able to get my hands on by the Honey Pot, a feminine wash for sensitive skin, and it is 100% vegan, organic, and natural, and it is made here with water, organic lavender, which is amazing, organic lavender water, organic non-GMO coconut oil, grapefruit seed extract, organic apple cider vinegar, very cleansing, clarifying, disinfectant, marshmallow root, organic lavender essential oil, organic sandalwood essential oil, organic rose essential oil, and 3% hydrogen peroxide. So basically this is 100% that you know what's in this product and you can use. And I've been using this for about a little less over a month, about 3 weeks now, and I use 3 pumps every day, morning and night. And it is a foaming cleanser for sensitive skin. Since I wasn't too sure, what would work for me, I decided to get the formulation for sensitive skin, just to make sure that I didn't have any allergic reactions. But this has worked amazing for me, and it's so moisturizing, and look at all of that lather that it gives you. So yes, ladies, and it smells amazing. It has a really clean and soft scent to it, and I really like it. And I paid about $13 for this, and it's very interesting that the other service that they have, that you can have a subscription service, that you get a lower price for this, and it is automatically delivered to your house every month. So I think I may do that because I'm just sticking with this. It helps with between my legs as well. I feel that after I cleanse myself, I feel that it's very soft, so it's moisturizing as well. In between my legs is very moisturizing as well. I use this in the morning. I have if you're Latina, you have something like this in your bathroom. I typically shower at night. I prefer just to get the day off my back, but in the morning, just to freshen up, I take this with warm water, use this, and off I go. And then, at the end of the day in the shower, I use my handy little feminine wash. I really like this. It's super light, and to know that the ingredients that are in there are, easily researchable, and if you want, you can even make this yourself if you had the knowledge and you're a DIY type of person like myself. But to be honest, I really like the formulation, and it's really not necessary for you to really go into these harsh chemicals that will be just only stripping and drying and cause allergic reaction and imbalances in your vaginal area. And I wanted to bring this up because I won't be using this anymore, and to know that it's something that I've used so many years. And it's interesting to me because whenever I would think about finding another feminine wash just to try it out, I wouldn't see anything out there on the market that would compete with this. Only Summer's Eve, which you would typically find at Walmart, Walgreens, etc. And if you look at their line of feminine care products, you'll see that they're also loaded with so many toxins and chemicals. So, I think it's important that we look into these things and question these things. And just because it's something that we use or no one's questioned, that we shouldn't take the moment to question these things and see what it's used for. So if you're dealing with over dryness, or you're having a lot of issues with yeast infections or anything of that nature, give it consideration of trying a new feminine wash and see if that may be causing you the problem, as well as research and look into things that may be a better alternative for you, as far as tampons and those sort of things. And speaking of which, I also, during my order at the Honey Pot, I picked up this chlorine-free, eliminates odor, high absorption, preventing itchiness preventing, all natural panty liner pads here. And I think I got this for about $6, and you get 30 panty liners. I don't use this for heavy flows. I usually use this for those lighter days. But even then, this is a little bit small for me, but I use them, to help with absorption or anything like that. If I'm going to be working, have a heavy workout day, or will be hiking or anything like that, I use this. It's very, very light. So again, not ideal for heavy days, but the adhesive is not chemically based and is not anything that is going to irritate you or anything like that. So I really like this, and I really like the concept, and hopefully they can start expanding in the market as far as these natural types of products. We really shouldn't stand for these type of chemicals in our beauty products, and stand for the things that are causing our illnesses and just so many havoc in our bodies. So I hope that this was informational for you. Make sure to check out the info bar down below for the blog for more information about this review, as well as the info bar for more information on how to reach me on social media and email as well. So I hope you have a great day, and make sure that you always stay true to yourself. Bye.